Good morning, folks. Room is very light today. Did anyone get an email? You're welcome, Mike. Hey, Jill, Omar, Marlo, W. Moore, Pete, good morning. Daniel, Robert, Bob, Arturo, Jeremiah, Opium. Hey, Christopher, Maggie, good morning. Thanks, Mark. It's very important data. I know if the email went out. Yep. Yep. Just a light room today so far. We'll give it a couple minutes. Trickle in. Where did my telegram go? Very important. Murray, I think she's pretty undecided at the moment. All right. So I'm actually gonna do things a little bit different. I'm actually gonna start the show today with seasonality, which we haven't done in a while, and and then Roger will come in a few minutes. He's just hit a webinar this morning, just a little backed up. So we're gonna flip it around, and we'll look at seasonality. Yep. Yeah, he'll be in here in just a minute. I lost the chat. Let me get the chat back. All right. Actually, here's the numbers, but I didn't open this, so you'll see it in real time. I think it would actually be better if we started with the graphs because everybody loves graphs. Here, let's just adjust our date range. All right. Here is, as long as you guys can see my screen, I should be screen sharing. Here's seasonality for up until the 4th, which is a market holiday. Honestly, it's a pretty nice period for the market. It's not huge numbers, but the biggest takeaway, seasonality is pretty simple, folks. This is the zero line. The scales are a little bit different on each graph, but if every sector is above it pretty much the whole time, market's pretty bullish. If we're below it, market is historically bearish. You don't want to read into it much more than that. And the bottom right here, so the Dow SPY and the QQQ, I just put them onto one, but they're all nice and strong as well. That's Carrie, not a problem because we'll look at it here in a second. We'll do the sectors again real quick. Strongest right now, probably consumer staples, good profit factor, lots of trades, decent win rate. But all the profit factors except for basic materials are positive numbers. So that's good show of strength there. If we flip it to short side, see the opposite, low accuracy, A lot of profit factors under one. So stronger case for the bulls. We go to 10-day hold, or this is 10 market days or 2-week hold. You just buy it today at the close and it sells it 10 market days later. No fancy entry and exit, just straight buy and hold. These numbers are actually fairly strong. You won't see the accuracies as high on this side compared to the other ones because it's just getting in at the close and getting out at the close. Where the long and the short system, they're exiting on a day where price is moving in their favor. So for the long system, you get out when the close takes out the previous day's high. Short system, close breaks below the previous day's low. So these are actually pretty good numbers. The profit factors look good. Energy doesn't seem to be doing too great. Actually lines up with the chart. It's a little weak right now. But overall, pretty strong. Somebody asked me about Google, I want to say. I think it was Google.
Did everybody get their memo, their email, and their note? Okay. Greetings, everybody.
Yeah, it was Google. Let me look that up. Google or Google, whichever one you're a fan of, highly strong at this time. 13 trades, 92% win rate. That's really, really strong seasonality. That is pretty much it. We're overall fairly bullish. And I think Roger's here.
Yeah, I'm right here.
Started with the regular agenda. Yeah, it is, Carrie. Very strong. Might actually look at that for stealth surge.
How's everybody doing today? I don't know if you guys were in the morning show and in the Nate and Graham show, the morning. Oh, that sure looks good right here. The show, but we were talking about a lot of stuff. But for those of you who were not there, I am Kevin. I'm getting tired too. I usually don't do the morning show with Nate and Graham. Today, I do it maybe once every 2 months. But they really wanted me on there, and I wanted to be there, so I wanted to do it for them. So I did it today. But this will be my last thing. I'm done in about. I want to try to do some trades, but I got to say I picked a really good day. Now, let me share my screen. Matt, is it okay for me to share my screen?
Yep, I'm off.
Okay. All right. Gonna add this to our watch list. Like how it's looking right now. It's an A line to the downside. Philip says, I have to say, you gave us a really, really good session this morning. Great, including towards the end with long signal. You're welcome. You're welcome. Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. I was there and bought the program. Oh, that's good, Joanna. Thank you. Thanks, Richard. So today we're gonna flip the script right now. We talked about timing the market. Now we're gonna talk about stocks, okay, and options. But the structure is the same. I mean, nothing changes. This will be really good for you guys because you'll see how different the Pro Trader dashboard works from AlphaZone Pro. I'm not going to be selling you anything. I'll be done in about an hour. I have no agenda. I just want to do some trading with you guys here and analyze the market. Let me just post this real quick. SJ, that spreadsheet became Data Miner, which I'll be talking about tomorrow. Okay. There's a name of that sheet. It's called Data Miner. It's a program called Data Miner. That spreadsheet is the first incarnation of Data Miner. I don't know why Matt still uses it. I guess it gives you more control. But hey, Deanna, how are you? Thanks, Richard. I really appreciate it. Folks, can you make it so everybody... Yeah, a post for everyone, so everybody communicate with each other. It's all good. I'm not fearful of like negative. Say whatever you want. I've heard it all. I've heard it all. Just wanted to post this here real quick. Oops. All right. All right. Excellent. Oh, my neck is killing me. All right. So, what I talked about an hour, 2 hours ago, I was talking about day trading the indexes. Okay. Right now, we're going to talk about day trading stocks. But here's the thing, everything starts out exactly in the same place. We don't just go, oh, look at McDonald's 5 minute chart. We're going to short McDonald's. We don't do that. We don't do that. We don't do this. We don't do this. You can't see anything. You can't see anything when you do this. We zoom quite out. So for all of you, hey Naples fan, do you guys remember what I told you this morning in the show? I'm going to give you a 30-second abridged version of it. So I was very dubious. Yes, dubious. I was very dubious that the market was going to go higher today, because we had a gap. We had a gap and go yesterday. We're deviated from the 8-day EMA. We don't have a catalyst. Europe didn't close up overnight and bonds made a high at the overnight session and then just went down since then. I gave you reasons. Do you guys remember that? We talked about this. Then I came on Nate's show and Graham's show, and I did the whole thing again with you. That was at 8 o'clock in the morning. Then at 10 o'clock in the morning, I did the whole thing again with you, and I said, okay, after the market opened, so I had a theory that the market wasn't going to do much. I explained to you why already. I'm not going to repeat myself. Then the market opened. I said to myself, shit, I put a lot of words. I could be dead wrong here. What if the market opens up, the ADD opens up positive 1,200 or 1,400? That's a strong trend. You know where it opened? Negative 110. And you know what's the funny thing is? I'm going to show you right now how powerful this is. And I hate to say I told you so, but a lot of you guys who aren't looking at this, you guys got befoozled this morning. Bamboozled. Look at the QQQ this morning. Pay attention right now to all of you. We open up, we gap up, right? We gap up. Everybody's like, I don't know, Roger, he must be out of his frickin' mind. The Nasdaq's making an all-time high. He's talking about peak Peter. And by the way, I never said a huge down day. I didn't say that. I said we need to cool off a little bit. That's all I said. So look at what happens here. 5-minute bar, 5-minute bar, 5-minute bar. We made an all-time high in the QQQ 15 minutes after the market opened. Now, watch this. Roger, come on, and we know you don't hate to tell us. I know, I don't. You're right, I don't. Oh, my neck is killing me. Now, look at ADD. Look where ADD was 15 minutes after the market opened. Rookies took the bait. That's right. Rookies took the bait, William. I'm going to repost that for everybody. I know you didn't, because I was warning you and telling you and writing it on every Telegram channel known to mankind. Oh, I forgot to mention another thing. The market opened. Every sector was down. So let me show you, just to give you, I love those Monday back quarterbackers, right? The ones that are always telling you everything after the fact. But where was my thing? You have no idea how many innocent folks got suckered into this long this morning. I'm glad I was watching out for you. 9:50 in the morning. Look what the mega caps were doing. I'm not bearish, but I see a lot of red flags for the bulls to overcome. That's at 9:40 in the morning. Equal weighted SPY, down 2 bars. Meanwhile, NASDAQ is still going higher and suckering you all in. Here, let's go to this Telegram channel. What were we doing? We don't just talk. We go short the SPY at 9:48, I tell you. ADD is actually dropping, not increasing. Tick, negative 69. 9:37 in the morning. Bold is going down. ADD is opening slate, but this is what I wanted to show you. If you took any of my advice over the last several months and you had the ADD on, you would see that the ADD was doing this from the opening. This means the number of stocks that opened lower, or that opened today, opened lower than yesterday's close. And meanwhile, the darn NASDAQ, where's that chart? The NASDAQ, here, let me go to the QQQ. The NASDAQ is doing this. For 15 minutes, it's suckering people in. ADD going down the whole time. That's not a rally. There's sectors are all negative. Look at tick. Look, do you see anything over 750 here? No, not even 400. Look at Vold. It's going down. I haven't been looking at and again, remember what I said. Made a new high, first half hour, and then drift down. Slight drift, not a strong trend down. Told you all of this. But now, if you were looking at market internals, you would be able to see this. Do you know how many traders got suckered in today, smookered in on a long side? What did I tell you to do at morning today? Get rid of your longs the first half hour. Get rid of your longs first half hour. Don't go long. Get rid of your longs. Now, how many people we have in this room? 410 and 56 here. Did I not say this exactly, and did I not write all of this on the channel? I dare anybody to tell me. I really do. You did. I did. Headwind HG made $1,600, right? You did say, I did. All of it. All right. And Matt, did I not call you?
You did.
From work, and what did I tell you?
Not a lot of upside, probably a slow drift down, but not super bearish.
And high made when?
In the morning.
That's right. So it's not just because I'm saying stuff. I'm explaining to you and showing you what I'm seeing that's pointing me to that. You guys understand? So I wanted you to understand that. Okay, now, when you say long means call, yes, Rosalia, long means call. Okay, let me just organize my stuff, and then we'll move on. We want to move past this. There's my Q. My dashboard here. Okay, now. So what are we seeing right now in the spike? Low probability trading action. Can you get that from Mike, Matt?
Yep.
Thanks. Okay. But David, you see, here's the thing. It's one thing to understand someone, but it's one thing when I consistently point at the same stuff. Remember what I always tell you, we're watching the same movie every day. Is this the first time I talk about the tick? No. Is this the first time I talk about ADD? No. Is it? See, that's the beautiful part, David. The beautiful part is we're looking at the same stuff day in and day out. Granted, it's boring. Granted, it's a lot of stuff, but it's the same stuff. And this is why I say we're watching the same movie over and over and over again. We're watching the same movie over. Jacqueline says, you said it. I did. I said exactly that. So we have a pretty good, by the way, if you look at overnight bonds on TLT, they look exactly like that. This doesn't give me overnight. I don't want to look at it here, but remember, guys, this morning, all of you, gap up, and then exactly what we're doing right now on this. Overnight markets, sectors, 12 things were pointing to exactly this. Now, the next question becomes, how do we take advantage of it? Okay, so yesterday we had a gap to green, okay? Right? We had a gap to green. Now, here's the thing. If you look at the SPY right now, the SPYs, and by the way, I never said anything about the market having a major sell-off, correction. All I said was we're deviated a little too much from the 8-day EMA, and we need to come down to the 8-day. We're probably going to end up filling this gap and coming down here. That's not bearish. That's just equilibrium stuff. Carlos says, I got out with a profit instead of a loss because of your analysis. You're welcome, Carlos. So glad to hear that. I'm going to repost that because I like those emojis. Emojis are cool. Folks, please save me some time and post for everyone. Oh, you're welcome, Greg. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm trying to become a better teacher. That's what I'm trying to do. My goal this year is to become a better teacher. Everybody's got goals in life. I want to become a better teacher. Hey, Wade, good morning to you. All right. So, as I said, I'm not expecting the market to go higher, but I'm not exactly, thank you, Tammy. I'm not exactly looking for a crash either, okay? I'm just looking for things to kind of cool off a little bit, right? Come back to the mean, if you will. Thanks, Richard. I appreciate that. So what does that mean for us? Well, there's a saving grace here. The saving grace is I'm not expecting the market to go down too much, which means more likely than not, you're going to see more of a sector rotation than a real downslide in a lot of stocks. It also means there should be plenty of stocks moving higher and plenty of stocks moving lower. This isn't really a major this isn't really a major correction. This isn't anything like that, and I never thought it would be. I just said that we had a little too much yesterday for dinner, and we need to relax a little bit, and we need to cool off a little bit, and we need to recalibrate a little bit. That's all I said. Please don't, and you could see by price action right now. Look at how sheepish and this is nothing right here. This is nothing. Now, what do I always tell you when there's nothing going on? And also, to be fair, we're not really down. We're down. We're flat. Now, there's silver lining here. The silver lining is we could still pick stocks that stand on their own, which gives us a lot of opportunities. But now we have some stuff to the downside. We haven't had any downside action in a quite long time. We're going to start getting a little downside action, which means we could start looking at both stocks to the upside and downside. Does that mean I'm not going to look at stocks to the upside anymore? Of course not. Does that mean I'm not going to look for stocks to the down? No, it just means that we're getting a little movement, which is we need a little movement. So I'm not becoming bearish on the market. I'm not becoming a bear. All I think is that we got a little bit ahead of ourselves. We got a little happy for the right reasons, and now the market needs to digest this and cool off a little bit. And it's evident by the fact that we've been trading below the VWAP the entire day. Look, this is the VWAP. I mean, we tried. God bless, we tried. Volume is 25 million. We're already at lunchtime. Volume is only at 25 million. Exactly, Mike. I'm not a bull or a bear at all. I couldn't care less. Really, I don't care. It's like somebody giving you directions, right? And you're like, oh, I got to go on the freeway, or I got to take the streets, or I got to make lefts, or I got to make a right. If you've been driving for more than a couple of years, you're like, oh, okay, you don't really think about it. That's how trading long or short. Like when Matt goes short, I don't go, oh, he's going short. It's like a negative and a positive. That's it. There's nothing behind it. So the good news here, I'm not trying to scare you, and the good news is it'll give us an opportunity to look at stocks. Now, the good news is volume is not normal. Normal volume at this point, look, the average daily volume over the last 50 days is 70 million. And it was a little higher before June started. We're getting into summer. We're starting to get into the summer slump. We should be in the 80, 70. We should right now be closer to 33. You can also, if you, and I'm not trying to sell you anything right now. I sell you enough. But if you use the Pro Trader dashboard, here's a tip for you. Type in the QQQ here and look at volume and see if any of the volume lights up. You can also see here, look, 47% of the average daily volume. It's already lunchtime. That's not really all that great. I mean, is it really low? No, but it's not. There's no aggression right now in this market. And again, please don't think this is a down turn. It's just a random drift lower. No candles are on top of each other, right? Right. No big size candles, wicks, tons of wicks. Means wicks are like when you go up and then it comes down. It means like this, choppy, choppy. Wicks. When you see wicks, that means choppy. When you see wicks, see wicky, very wicky. Lunchtime. There's nothing going on right now. Volume is dead. The Hakanachis, nothing is going on. The worst thing you could do is make something out of nothing. There's nothing going on. Moondog, summer vacation generally starts, tends, I mean, in the market, which thank you for bringing that up. Summer vacation, just so you guys know, if you're not in a presidential cycle, and we're not in in an election cycle, the market starts to cool off a lot later than people think. People start to cool off at the end of May. Market starts to cool off at the end of June. The reason why I'm going 4th of July to Germany is that's actually the biggest reason. Okay, because I'm trying to pick the slowest period of the year. So the start usually the stock market dies off in the summer, third week, fourth week of June, and comes back last week of September. Last week of September. During election year, we have a strong summer, and then and then in the fall, we tend to get the volume starts to die off and get really low around the fall, leading into the election. Okay, I've done this a few times before, so I'm just letting you know how it works. So usually next week is going to start. You'll start noticing a noticeable dip in things. But this, my friends, is just random nonsense. Don't read into randomness. Be able to identify random nonsense. So, one of the cool things about me being busy this morning is I didn't have a chance to do a watch list. I did that on purpose so we can put one together. Do you guys want to put a watch list together with me live? How does that sound? Matt, can you answer somebody's question? Beverly's asking about seasonality around 4th of July. It's actually a great topic. While I do this, Matt will find the answer.
Uh, yeah, we looked at that this morning.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, earlier. So that was the seasonality was all the year. So yeah, most everything was pretty strong. All the sectors and the Dow Spine QQQ were all strong this morning leading up to 4th of July.
Okay, well, there you have it. There you have it. Okay, so that answers that question. That's okay, Beverly, no problem. So let's find some stocks on our watch list, okay? All right, go to our scanners. We'll start here. Okay, now remember, I don't care what this is doing. I only care about this. I'm going to move this up so I could look at this screen, but all I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to put my mouse here and go down this list right here, okay? And then I'm going to go down this list right here, and then I'm going to go down this. This is 50-day high, 50-day low, 90-day high, 90-day low. I'm just going to go up and down the list. You're not going to see this screen because I'm going to be flipping it's going to flip. They're attached to these charts. So, all right. So again, I'm going to start at the top. Okay. Nice, but overextended. Overextended. What is this? Rogers Knight. This doesn't look bad. Okay, let's put that on our list. RCI. And by the way, it has volume buzz. Volume is about 60% higher than it usually is. So it looks really good. Now, if it was morning and the market wasn't open, I wouldn't be doing this. I would just use my stock fetcher, which I really love to use more than anything. But markets are open, and this is in real time. And Brian, thank God Brian was able to make it for me, so they really mimic each other. We tested it several times. Oh, excuse me, I got stuff here. Oh, I'm such a pig sometimes. I was in a hurry today because I needed to be here with you guys after getting off the show. Okay. What happened? Something happened to my mouse. I think let me go back to the top here. Okay, here we go. Coin, AMD. We marked RCI. S and X. This is interesting. Yeah, I'll let it go. No, 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 no. Here, yes. How many times did I tell you guys to buy Hood here? Probably 50 times. I'm not kidding. Probably 50 times. Let's continue. A little overextended, just like the stock market needs to come back to the 8-day EMA. No, no. Are you guys noticing something interesting? Remember I said the stock market's a little look, remember I said the SPY is a little overextended and it needs to come down? And have you noticed all these stocks that I've picked so far? They're all a bit overextended. They're not near the 8-day EMA. Have you noticed that? Hmm. Even Nvidia, look, this would have been perfect yesterday. That's a little overextended. 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 Oracle looks like it's setting up for a very nice breakout, but it's not ready yet. So I'm going to set an alert right there at that price, okay? And this way you guys can kind of see how I do things, okay? A little bit as well. This is nice right here, assuming it breaks out. Let's continue. Let's go. Let's continue. A little overextended. Remember we had this thing and never went down. Yes, rad. CrowdStrike. Now, would I day trade this stock? No. No, 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 no. But look at how well it's respecting the 8-day EMA. This could be a great swing. I'm going to put it on our list, okay? Let's continue. Oh, that looks beautiful on a swing basis. RMD. That looks really clean. And look at how nice the lines look. Okay, so I like this one. And we got we got a little high volume candle there. That's a problem. One second. Okay. There's another one I'm looking at. Sophie. Take a look at Lily. No, Lily doesn't look good at all. Let me just see if there's any other ones here. Too choppy. GNRC's looking pretty good. GRC. No, no. Too overextended. ALV's looking good. B is looking good. How to tell overextended? Here. See the 8-day EMA? Keep an eye on how far this is away from this. If price action's here, it's too overextended. I'll show you in a second. You'll see in a second. Look at where this bar is and look at how far this price is. You see that? Big gap here. Too overextended. You want the price to be like this, close, coming along, glued to it, like this. It's already getting a little ahead of itself, but it's very nice. Anyway, that's kind of what I'm talking about, and I'll explain more. We're just doing our first step. Yeah, I do. I like Bollinger Width, not Bollinger Band, Bollinger Width, and I like just looking at Moondog. I'm at the point where I really don't need any indicator at all. I have them on mostly for your benefit. I've been doing this a long time. You know what I mean? Okay, now let's look to the downside. Oh, PayX, look at that. Broke the 200-day. Very, very nice. Because I can't just tell you because I said so. That I mean, when people would teach me that when I used to ask questions, that means nothing to me because I said so. I want explanations. I want reason. I want to believe in it myself. Can see the matrix code. All right. That's a nice breakdown. We'll add that to our list. Finally going to get some shorts. Definitely GIS. That's earnings reaction. Again, I wouldn't day trade this stock. Look at how many wicks it has. Wicks on a daily tell you that the stock goes up, people get suckered in, and then it breaks down. Then it goes to the bottom, people get sucked like this. So anytime you see a lot of wicks, you don't want to day trade that stock. I've said this a million times, but people still don't believe me. They think it's a conspiracy. Nice catalyst on GI. Richard Feinberg from Puente Gorda found this one this morning. I forgot that. I didn't forget. I didn't see that it had earnings. Okay. By the way, how are we doing on the room size? 479 and 72. Perfect. Anu Kumar says, please explain why the high volume problem? Because if it's a high volume, it has to overcome that level. What was the stock? If you tell me the stock, I'll look at it again and I'll explain it. Anu Kumar. What was the stock? Do you remember? Was it RMD? Was it this one? Was it RMD? Yeah, it was RMD. Okay, look. Look where the high volume candle is. Bingo. Look on the right look on the right what it's doing right here. When I point here, look here. Look what happens when it reaches this level. Doesn't like it very much, does it? High volume candles, my friend, make the best support and resistance lines. I call it X-ray charts. Wild Ranger says, the wicking concept really helped me stay out of chop. Your past comments about it really helped. Excellent. Have you ever heard anyone else talk about that before, Wild Ranger? Ever? Anyone? Just out of curiosity. Nope. Richard says nope. Steve says nope. Okay. These are Hakanachis. These are just Hakanachis. Okay. I never thought so. If you hear someone talking about it, they actually know what they're talking about. We don't have the charts. Do we look for stocks? Patrick says we don't have the charts. Sure you do. I have the charts. I'm showing to you right here. You can use your charts too. That's what it is. They're for trap day traders. That's exactly what it is. All right. Oh, this market, when I say this market is dead, I don't think it can get any deader. Maybe Trump will say something to, spur things spur things up or something. How can we get the high volume candles? I'll be patient. I'm working on it, Tammy. Be patient. Okay, let's continue. Lots of nice shorts. No. ED. All right, we can add ED to the list. Oh, Conagra brand looks fantastic. How many times have I given you this one to the short side? Right, Greg? You be careful what you wish for. No. Ah, Campbell's soup. Now, Campbell's soup, Conagra brands, and GIS have a correlation of about 94%, 95%. You're not going to touch all of them. You're just going to do one, or you're going to divide your share size by 3. Only one for a customer, exactly. No, it applies to the upside too, Steve, but the short side. Remember, markets have been going straight up. So all of these stocks have been coiled recently, and they're only now getting uncoiled. So they're all really close to the 8-day. You're welcome, Gus. Here. Grab that, Matt. They're not. They're not overextended at all. Look. Okay, how far is this from the 8-day EMA? Okay. Let me show you. Let me show you. Hold on. ED. How far is this from the 8-day EMA? It's not one ATR, not even one ATR. How about GIS? How far is it from the 8-day EMA? It's literally touching it today. How about Campbell's soup? It's not far away from the 8-day EMA. Look at the average movement. It has to be one candle more. Look at this. It's still inside this range. None of them are overextended. I'd tell you if they were overextended. It'd be the first thing I would tell you. Tap, not overextended. But I don't want to keep adding these because I'm actually adding the same stock over and over again. Because Molson Golden, Conagra Brands, Campbell Soup, and GIS are completely correlated to each other. Ooh, apartments, nice. See, look, first breakdown from the 8-day. We're not even chasing anything. It's the first breakdown. There's nothing here. Nah, too close. Let's continue. Clorox. Again, same. This is again the same stock, folks. We have enough of them already. KView, PayX. Okay, so we did all of those. So let's just check a couple that we maybe didn't have here. STX. A little bit too much. This would have been okay. This would have been okay. This is a little too much. And what was the other one I had? Nah, too much. This would have been okay. This would have been actually perfect. Remember, Matt, I was telling you how much I like Citibank. Let's see. All right, so now we're gonna double test them. Okay, we're gonna go to Stock Fetcher, and we're gonna use Bollinger Width to screen all of these. Okay, so I'm gonna give you my entire list. Okay, we're gonna just do this. Look at how, okay, look how close this is to the EMA. Look where this is. At the bottom. We're good. Bar charts, excuse me. So we're good there. Check mark. Let's do RCI, okay? Forget it. 200-day right above us. Not going to work. Crowd. Look how, I mean, it's still barely touching the darn thing. Look how it's going to be right now on the Bollinger Width. Am I good at picking stocks that are not overextended or what? All right, let's continue. Maybe I'm wrong on some of them. I'll be glad to cross them out. What was the next one? Can't read my writing. R something, RD something, R something D. I'll just go to Sophie. RMD, thank you. But we'll start with Sophie. Let's see if Sophie's overextended. Thank you. We'll do that one next. Let's go here, Bollinger Width. Yeah, you're still at the bottom. You're still on the lower end. You're not anywhere up here. You're still here. You're good. Assuming everything else is good. RMD. Thank you for that. Thank you. Nice. That's a nice one right there. Circle. Let's look at Bollinger Width. I went back a year. Look how we're just starting to curl up. Are we up here anywhere? Are we at 26, 21? No, we're near the lower end of the range. These are all longs, okay? Palantir, let's take a look at Palantir. I liked it this morning. It's still okay. I mean, I don't like it this minute, but it still looks okay. I could tell you it's not overextended. I can guarantee you it's not overextended. Look. And we'll do the short side too. Look how it's going down. Let's do another one. Do you see before entry exit how we gauge stock, how we gauge price? Now, Sophie, oh, we already did Sophie. Um, GNRC. I have a list that I'm using here, but I will look at TM. I have time. 200 day. I don't like to buy stocks below the 200 day. ALV. Very nice. Not for a day trade, but see, now I did it visually, but I'm confirming it with this. Now, obviously, if you guys weren't here, I wouldn't be going through this step. I trust myself. I know if it's overextended or not, but I wanted to validate it mechanically. In case you guys are not good at it, look, you could do it mechanically. Are we in the low end of the range? Yes, every one of these stocks. You said TEN. I'm only going to do one, TEM. Oracle wasn't ready yet. TEM is too choppy. It's not breaking out. It's in the middle of the range. There would be absolutely no reason for me to even consider this stock. 91342. In order for me to like a stock, it has to be moving. Then I look at the Bollinger Width. This stock is not moving. This stock is doing nothing. A good sign if a stock is doing nothing, well, first of all, look at how wicky it is. And number two, look at the moving averages. They're all over it. There's nothing there. Good, Greg, on your McDonald puts. Very nice. Go ahead and grab that. Net. I was looking at net a few days ago. I'll take a look at net real quick. It actually looks good. Real good. It was on my list this morning. Let's see if it's overextended now. Still looking good. Real good. And it's moving up. I'm going to add net again on my list. Thank you for that. Look at this. Richard Feinberg gave me a good tip this morning. Somebody here. Who was it? Who is it here? Jolene gave me a good tip right now. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love the cooperation. All right. Let's continue. Let's continue. Now let's look to the downside, okay? So we could see if those stocks are overextended or not. Yeah, CCJ is still on my list. That's from this morning. All of those, I didn't want to double up and give you lists. They're not overextended. If I give you a stock in the morning or here, usually it's not overextended. This is one of the stocks I'm actually looking to buy right now. I'm just looking for a good time to buy it. Let's see. In the middle. Not really. This is high. 15. 8 is eh. But again, it's not. I'm waiting to buy it. I haven't bought it yet. I'm waiting for it to touch the 8-day EMA. Okay, let's do the short side, shall we? CAG. Let's see if Uncle Roger's eyes are failing him or not. Okay. So the high end is about 2.5. We're at 1. We're not crazy low, but we're moving higher. We're not overdone yet. We're not in the 2s. You could still do this. Nice, Greg. Very nice. Go ahead and grab that. Let's look at CPB. Yeah, it's a little high. A little high. Coming down, though. Not high right now, but not bad. Not bad. 4 would be no. 4 to 5 would be bad. 2.5 is still on the lower end. I think the lower end is. Yeah, we go much higher than this. Yeah, you could do anything you want, Mike. You could put a moving average on the Bollinger. It's not a band, it's Bollinger width. PayX. Let's do PayX. The shorts always have more volatility, obviously. Let's go 2 years. This one is overdone. Overdone. Remember, these are just stocks on our list. On our list. Let's look at McDonald's, shall we? Also a little bit overdone. But again, you got to give short side a little more. DoorDash. Oh, no, that wrong list. KView. There we go. Yeah. So again, some are a little overextended, some are not. Maggie, I just want a little more perspective. Usually 9 months is enough, but if it's in between, I like to go a little bit more further back. It's not a perspective. It's not for a particular reason. There's no particular reason. It's not a science, just an art. Okay, now, so we like net. Net has been under the VWAP the entire. Now, we spent 50 minutes. Now we're going to look at this side of the fence. Net is below the VWAP. And what happened when it touched the VWAP? This is definitely not outperforming the market. How about Zscaler? Below the VWAP. Why would I want this stock? Sophie, below the VWAP. ALV, below the VWAP. CrowdStrike, below the VWAP. RMD, aha! But we have this line here, so we have to wait to cross this line. Let's look downside. No. Above, these are shorts. Should be below the VWAP. McDonald's, 100%. GIS, oh yeah. ED, no. CAG, maybe. Campbell's, definitely. Excuse me. So, do I really like anything right now? Well, let's look at one last thing. Let's look at the Pro Trader scanner. Now, everything I showed you right now, I do in a few minutes. And by the way, if your computer runs this slow, upgrade your RAM or get a new computer. And now I use this a lot more. Richard, Richard, how's everything with the new computer? Lightning fast, right? Lulu was a good short. It's a little overextended. So I'm just gonna take a screenshot of these, okay? Not brands. They're all good. They're all the same. It's the stuff you get inside. You want a good video card. You want that RTX 5070 or whatever it's called. Oops, wrong thing. Let's just take a quick look here. I'll go down this far, okay? I'm going to put this here so I can look at it. Richard got an Acer, which is great. I had an Acer before. They're fine. Power, that was on my morning list this morning. Woo! That's a beauty right there. Snaps, no. COHR, no. CLS, maybe. Vera, no. Cisco, well, that's been a hot one of mine last few days. I like Cisco. HII, no, not yet. CDNS, nice, but not ready yet on a daily. KLAC, under the VWAP. ANET, under the 200. JP Morgan, a little overextended. This is overextended for blue chip. NVIDIA, not bad. Slightly overextended, but looks good. C, a little overextended. JBL. To be honest, out of all of these, I like this one, the first one, power. So let's look at options. Went below the VWAP. Now it's going above the VWAP. It's outperforming the market. Doesn't have any earnings. So what I would do right now is I would probably go 23 days out. I would buy the 370 calls, and I would sell the 380 calls, and I would do this for $5 or less. probably do this for less than $4 right now. Your profit is 10 and your risk is probably whatever you pay for it. And you got 23 days left. If it doesn't do anything in the next 10 days, I would get out. But I like how it broke down and it's now breaking up. I like this. I like it quite a lot, actually. Yeah, I do like it quite a bit, actually. So, what do we learn today? Market structure, keeping an eye on your levels, getting the big picture right, knowing which way to focus on the market, notice, find stocks that have good liquidity, check the liquidity level on the indexes, and all that stuff. Oh, check the Bollinger width, make sure it's not overextended, make sure it's not too wicky, make sure volume is not too low. This is an S&P. This was on my morning list. It was my number one stock on my morning list. Actually, not number one. It was last. It was the last stock on my morning list right here. So I know the stock is good, but that's a strong stock right now. Strong stock. All right, that's all I have for you guys. I'm not going to try to sell you anything today. I just wanted you to have a full session today. Was this helpful to you guys? Was this helpful to you guys? Did you guys learn something today? Did you pick up anything? All right. Excellent. Excellent. See, and nobody interrupted me, and it was all good, and we had a lot of fun. I really do like this stock. I really do like this stock. And I like that CCJ, by the way. Let me take a quick look at CCJ. Yeah, it's not looking great right now, but I really do like the stock, and I like what they're doing. I like the basic material. All right. Thank you so much, guys. I will see you tomorrow at this time. Remember something. I am going on Saturday to Germany. It's my first vacation in 24, 25 years, real vacation, where I'm not going to be looking at stocks at all. New stocks, nothing. And all the swing trading programs will be open. The weekly cash flow will be open. The pit will be closed. Nobody touches the pit except Uncle Roger. The trading zone will be open, but the pit will be closed for 5 days. All right. I'm going to see if I can find you some swing trades. I tried to pick the slowest period of the year. Okay. I tried to pick a time where there's not much going on. Okay. So I made this reservations about 8 months ago, and I specifically picked a time where markets shouldn't be crazy. Now, Murphy's Law never disappoints me, but we'll see what happens. I'll see you guys tomorrow. If there's a question, send me an email, roger@rogerscott.com. No customer service questions. And I'll see you guys later. Right now, markets are doing squat. You're not missing out at all by not doing anything. Matt's email is matt@rogerscott.com. Jeremiah, it was power was buy the it was buy the 370, sell the 380. And here's a YouTube link. If you guys want to watch this video, here's the link for that. Ciao. We'll see you all later. Bye, everybody. Have a great day. Bye, folks.
See you tomorrow.
Bye, Omar. Thank you for being here. Bye, guys. Take care.